Grand Blanc, Michigan, a small, quiet town where families gather on Sundays to worship and find peace. But one Sunday morning, that peace was shattered in a way no one could have imagined. It began with a sound that didn't belong. A car engine roaring, tires screeching, metal crunching. Within seconds, a vehicle slammed into the side of the Mormon church. Before the stunned congregation could react, the attacker stormed in, armed with an assault rifle. His name was Thomas Jacob Sanford, 40 years old, a former Marine. Witnesses say he moved with chilling purpose, firing into the pews, striking down worshipers who had only moments earlier been singing hymns. Panic erupted. Screams filled the air. Parents pulled children close, desperate to shield them from the bullets. And then, another horror. The man set the building on fire. Flames tore through the sanctuary, thick smoke choking the air, as gunfire continued to echo through the halls. By the time it was over, for innocent people were dead, many more were wounded, and the church itself was nothing but smoldering ruins. The FBI quickly took over the investigation, calling it an act of targeted violence. Their mission now, to piece together Sanford's life, his motives, and what led him to carry out such devastation. Sanford himself died in a shootout with police officers who rushed to the scene. But even in death, he left behind a trail of questions. Who was he? What drove him? Sanford's story is complicated. A former Marine, he had served his country, but those who knew him say he had struggled in recent years. Investigators are now poring over his military records, his medical history, and his online activity. Was this a case of untreated trauma, radicalization, or something more personal? Inside the church, amid chaos and flames, ordinary people showed extraordinary bravery. Witnesses describe fathers shielding their children with their own bodies, mothers pushing their kids through side doors to safety. A group of young men fought through heavy smoke to carry an elderly couple out of the building. Police say if it weren't for these acts of courage, the death toll would have been far higher. But even with that bravery, the damage is immense. For lives lost, dozens more scarred forever, and an entire community left reeling. President Donald Trump took to social media within hours, writing, "Yet another targeted attack on Christians in the United States. The epidemic of violence in our country must end immediately." His words echoed across a nation already weary of violence in sacred places. Because this isn't an isolated tragedy. Sadly, America has seen this before. In 2015, 9 worshipers were murdered